Shalom, shalom, family. Hopefully everyone is doing wonderful today. A few days ago I mentioned that looking at this captivity, it's just not about judgment. The Most High also, he put us here for a place of refuge. And when we look at the principles, we'll be able to see this here. So I want to go over some scriptures today and to really run this down and make this make sense. Excuse me today, I mean my sinuses, I was outside, so my sinuses bothered me, but I should be able to get through this message, So like I said, looking at the principles, like I said, this judgment or this captivity is not just about the punishment, but it's also a place of refuge that the Most High put us in, until the time, to the proper time, to the right time. And also, looking at the principles, and maybe I have to do a lesson on this here a little later. This other aspect of it is, our forefathers were supposed to be kings and priests of the Most High, right? To teach the other nations, but, we wanted to follow them and their gods, so the Most High, gave us up to them, right? And you find it weird that these people follow us in our folly, like, they listen to the music, follow the culture from the dance, sports, and even comedic, the comedic aspect of our people. So they follow us in our folly, So just how much more if we was to come back to the Most High in righteousness, that these people, again, they would hear the word, they would hear the words, the message, follow the Most High's laws, statutes, and commandments. But again, this is just what I see, but hopefully I can, run this down and make this make sense, But like I said, so we're gonna get into the scriptures and run this down, Most High willing, and you will be able to see this. So let me start off by giving all praise to the Creator of the universe, the Heavenly Father Yahweh, and to His Son Yeshua HaMashiach. I'd like to also send out a greeting to the 12 tribes scattered abroad, and also to the Gentiles that are gathered to us in sincerity. To you guys, I say shalom. So we're going to start off in Matthew. We're going to start in Matthew chapter 27. And we're going to start off at verse 1. And like I said, try to run this down. Excuse me. Matthew chapter 27, verse 1. When the morning was come, all the chief priests and the elders of the people took counsel against Yeshua to put him to death. And when they had bound him, they led him away and delivered him to Pontius Pilate, the governor. Then Judas, which had betrayed him, when he saw that he was condemned, repented himself, and brought again the 30 pieces of silver to the chief priests and elders, saying, I have sinned in that I have betrayed the innocent blood. So right now we already see where I'm going at with this, right? Well, we should. And they said, what is that to us? See thou to that. So they once they took the money, they just kept going. I mean, once he took the money, they was like, no, they ain't have nothing to do with us. We paid you for what you said you was gonna do. But he was trying to give them back the money because he didn't want the innocent blood on his hand, but it was too late. Again, like I said before in one of the other videos, you found it weird that, everything that the Messiah went through, everything that he went through as far as his crucifixion, he was sold to his enemies. Our ancestors were sold to their enemies. He was beat with 39 lashes. Our ancestors were beat with 39 or more lashes. He was hung and slow on a tree. Our ancestors were hung and slow on a tree. So we see that, and we're gonna make it make sense. Let's just jump over to jump over to verse 29. Verse 19. When he was set down on the judgment seat, his wife sent unto him, saying, Have thou nothing to do with this just man? For I have suffered many things this day in a dream because of him. But the chief priests and the elders persuaded the multitude that they should ask Barabbas and destroy Yeshua. The governor answered and said unto them, What of the twain will ye that I release unto you? They said, Barabbas. Pilate said unto them, What shall I do then with Yeshua, which is called Hamashiach? They all said unto him, Let him be crucified. And the governor said, Why? What evil hath he done? But they cried out the more, saying, Let him be crucified. When Pilate saw that he could prevail nothing, but that rather a tumult was made, he took water and washed his hands before the multitude, saying, I am innocent of the blood of this just person. See you to it. So again, Pilate didn't want to have nothing to do with it, but they kept pursuing it, right? Then answered all the people and said, His blood be on us and on our children. Again, like I was saying earlier, a second ago, everything that happened to Hamashiach happened to our ancestors, because of their wickedness, because of their heart, right? Because of their evilness in their heart. So let's continue to read. We're going to, okay, I was at 25 now. Then answered all the people and said, His blood be on us and our children. Then released he Barabbas unto them, and when he scorned Yeshua, he delivered him unto be crucified. Okay, so we see that right now. Hopefully we can see the direction I was going at with this. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 19. Deuteronomy chapter 19, right? Deuteronomy chapter 19, verse 1. When Yahweh thy Elohim have cut off the nations, whose land Yahweh thy Elohim giveth thee, and thou shalt succeed them, and dwelleth in their cities and in their houses, thou shalt separate 3 cities for thee in the midst of the land, which Yahweh thy Elohim giveth thee to possess it. Thou shalt prepare thee a way to divide the coast of the land, which Yahweh the Elohim giveth thee to inherit, into 3 parts, that every slayer may flee thither. And this is the case of the slayer, which shall flee thither, that he may live. Whosoever killeth his neighbor ignorantly, remember, they killed Hamashiach ignorantly, right? They know not what they do. Who he hated not in time past, as a man goeth into the wood with his neighbor to hew wood, and his hand fetcheth and a stroke with an axe to cut down the tree, and the head slippeth from the half, and lighteth upon his neighbor that he die. He shall flee unto one of those cities and live, lest the avenger of blood pursue the slayer while his heart is hot, and overtake him, because the way is long, and slay him, whereas he was not worthy of death, inasmuch as he hated him not in time past. Wherefore I command thee, saying, Thou shalt separate 3 cities for thee, and if Yahweh the Elohim enlargeth the coast as he had sworn unto thy fathers, and give thee all the land which thou promised to give unto his fathers, if thou shalt keep all his commandments to do them which I command thee this day, to love Yahweh thy Elohim, and to walk ever in his ways, then shalt thou add 3 cities more for thee beside these 3, that innocent blood be not shed in thy land. Because again, innocent blood is not supposed to be in Jerusalem, right? And you find it weird that that's what these people doing. They're shedding innocent blood. They don't even get it, man. They don't even get it. Verse 10 again. That innocent blood be not shed in thy land, which Elohim, which Yahweh thy Elohim giveth thee for an inheritance. So blood be upon thee. Whew, man, I mean, these people don't get it, man. But if any man hateth his neighbor, and lie in wait for him, and rise up against him, and smite him mortally, that he die, and fleeth into one of these cities, then the elders of the city shall send and fetch him thence, and deliver him into the hand of the avenger of blood, that he may die. Thine eyes may not pity him, but thou shalt put away the guilty of innocent blood from Israel, that it may go well with thee. Again, man, I mean, you know, people better open up their eyes, man. But let's go to Numbers chapter 35. Let's go to Numbers chapter 35. Numbers chapter 35. And we're going to start off at verse. Let's start off at verse 9. And Yahweh spoke to Moshe, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, When ye be come over Jordan unto the land of Canaan, then ye shall appoint you cities to be cities of refuge for you, that the slayer may flee thither, which killeth a person at unawares. And they shall be unto you cities for refuge from the avenger, that the manslayer die not, until he stand before the congregation in judgment. And if these cities which ye shall give, 6 cities shall ye have for refuge, ye shall give 3 cities on this side of Jordan, and 3 cities shall ye give in the land of Canaan, which shall be cities of refuge. 6 cities shall be of refuge, both for the children of Israel, and for the stranger, and for the sojourner among them, that everyone that killeth any person unawares may flee thither. And if he smite him with an instrument of iron, so that he die, he is a murderer. The murderer shall surely be put to death. And if he smite him with throwing a stone, wherewith he may die, and he die, he is a murderer. The murderer shall surely be put to death. This just brings me to even in this place, what I'm saying, this place have shed so much innocent blood, and even the government have watched and allowed, the so-called civilian population. In many cases, the government even participated, that when there was a alleged crime, committed, such as, these people lied about, my forefathers may have killed somebody or raped somebody, what have you. Whatever the crime, the alleged crime was, they never received any kind of trial, right? They just, a mob would go break them out of prison or whatever. Sometimes the 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 government, or sometimes the officials would let them out to the people, and they would go. What they would do? They would go out there and kill them. You know, hang them, burn them, beat them. They would do all these atrocities. But these people talk about they're so-called God-fearing country. But again, you know, they don't realize that all that innocent blood is on their hand. You know what I'm saying? And when you try to bring this up, this is why these people try to hide that history. You know, talking about we need to get rid of a critical race theory. No, this is not a theory, just a fact. You know, these atrocities happen. You know what I'm saying? When you created legislation to hide and cover this here, the Casual Killing Act, right? You know, and even to the point where, you know, when they got jealous of cities and towns that were flourishing, you know, they would make these false accusations and burn down the cities and towns. I tell you what, we don't come back here. Let's do this here. Something just popped up in my head. Something just popped up in my head. Let's do this here. Let's do this here. Let's go to Proverbs. Let's go to Proverbs. Something just popped up in my head. Let's go to Proverbs. Proverbs chapter 6, verse 16. 6 things does Yahweh hate. Ye 7 are an abomination unto him. A proud look. Who's always talking about being so proudful, right? A lying tongue, and did a lot of lying, and hands that shed innocent blood. Again, these people don't get it, man. These people don't get it. But let's go back. Let's go back to Numbers chapter 35. And I stopped at 17. So let's go back. Let's go to 18. Let's start it back at 17 again. And if he smite him with throwing a stone, wherewith he die, and he die, he is a murderer. The murderer shall surely be put to death. Or if he smite him with an hand weapon of wood, wherewith he may die, and he die, he is a murderer. The murderer shall surely be put to death. The avenger of blood himself shall slay the murderer when he meet him. It just remind me of Yeshua. Yeshua say, "Go meet these people, man. When you next time you meet these people, you won't meet them as a man." Ooh, man. I mean, they don't get it, man. He shall slay him. But if he thrust him of hatred, or hurl at him by line of weight, that he die, or in enmity smite him with his hand, that he die, he that smote him shall surely be put to death. For he is a murderer. The avenger of blood shall slay the murderer when he meeteth him. Anyway, but if he thrust him suddenly without enmity, or have cast upon him anything without line of weight, or with any stone wherein a man may die, seeing him not, and cast it upon him that he die, and was not his enemy, Salak, neither sought his harm. Then the congregation shall judge between the slayer and the avenger of blood according to these judgment. And the congregation shall deliver the slayer out of the hand of the avenger of blood, and the congregation shall restore him to the city of refuge, whether he was fled, and he shall abide in it until the death of the high priest, which was anointed with the holy oil. But if the slayer shall at any time come without the border of the city of his refuge, whether he was fled, and the avenger of blood find him without the border of the city of his refuge, and the avenger of blood kill the slayer, he shall not be guilty of blood, because he should have remained in the city of his refuge until the death of the high priest. But after the death of the high priest, the slayer shall return unto the land of his possession. I mean, it begin to just make more and more sense, because again, like I said, You know, when our people have had innocent blood on their hand, so they wasn't supposed to be in the land. But first of all, the land is not supposed to have any innocent blood, any bloodshed in it anyway. But here it is, you know, these people, and again, if these, we can just even remove the New Testament, because these people, most of the people don't even believe in the New Testament. But here it is, even in the Old Testament. Why are they not following these principles? They're shedding innocent blood. They should have the stranger, if they're saying that these people are not the people, they should have a portion of land for these people over there. But again, that's a whole other lesson right there within his own. You know, the stranger shall dwell amongst you, right? And here it is, the people in this country that support that kind of, that support that foolishness. Again, you have innocent blood on your hand. So not only the innocent blood of my people, now you have this innocent blood on your hand, again, which is a whole nother story, which a whole nother discussion that's going to go over a lot of people's head. But when you go through the book and you start seeing the principles, you start realizing, oh, that's over there's wickedness. They can't be the people. It's impossible for them to be the people. But again, you know, people don't like me saying that. They're going to get in their feelings. You know, I tell you what, let's do this here. Let's do this here. Let's do this here. Let's do this here. Let's run this down. Let's run this. Let's go to 1 Kings. Let's go to 1 Kings chapter 8. And we're gonna start off at let's start off at 43. Hear thou in heaven thy dwelling place, and do according to all that the stranger calleth on thee for, that all the people of the earth may know my name. See, all the people, they should be teaching it. If they're the people, they should be teaching these people. But they're not even doing that. See, again, let's move on. Let's move on. That all the people of the earth know my name, know thy name, to fear thee, as do thy people, Israel, and that they may know that this house which I have built is called by thy name. If thy people go out to battle against their enemy, whithersoever thou shalt send them, and shall pray unto Yahweh toward the city which thou hast chosen, and towards the house that I have built for thy name, then hear thou in heaven their prayer and their supplication, and maintain their cause. If they sin against thee, for there is no man that sinneth not, and thou be angry with them, and deliver them to the enemy, so that they carry them away captive into the land of the enemy, far or near. Yet if they bethink themselves in the land whether they were carried away captive, and repent. See, this is why our people are repenting, because they're beginning to think themselves, you know, in the land of their captivity. Because again, when we was in the land and we sinned, and when we went to battle, the Most High didn't hear us, so we was delivered to the enemies far away, right? And even near in some aspects, right? But he's saying again, let's read verse 47 again. Yet if they shall bethink themselves in the land whether they were carried captive, and repent, and make supplication unto thee in the land of them that carried them captive, saying, we have sinned, we have done perversely, we have committed wickedness, and so return unto thee with all their heart and with all their soul, in the land of their enemies, which led them away captive. So my question is, where's the history of these people being led away out of the land to all nations in captivity? Where's that history? Because there's only one group of people that even fit this. So this is what I'm saying. But people, again, you know, we know that according to the biblical narrative that the children of Israel, they sinned against the Most High. And this is why they went into captivity. So how, if these people, if they sinned, we should see the judgment on these people, being carried away to all nations, into captivity. But again, there is a group of people that's in the land, like the Most High gave it to him, and he didn't give it to him. That's Ezekiel chapter 36, 37, something like that. But then let's move forward. And pray unto thee towards their land, which thou givest unto their fathers, the city which thou hast chosen, and the house which I have built for thy name. Then hear thou their prayer and supplication in heaven, thy dwelling place, and maintain their cause. So again, we see once we thank ourselves, and that's what we're doing now. We'll be thanking ourselves, and the Most High is turning everything. He's turning everything, and he's beginning to not only reverse the curses and bring us back to our covenant, so we can receive the blessings. But remember, like I said, when our forefathers had innocent blood on their hand, they went, they put the curse on them and their children by saying, "Let His blood be on us and our children." But the Most High, Most High said that He's not gonna judge the fathers for the sins of the sons, and vice versa. But the days come when you're gonna answer for your own sins. So we're here of no fault of our own. So that's why that's why there's gonna be a redemption process. Again, like I said, just lining it up, Let's go to Joshua. Let's go to the book of Joshua. Let's go to the book of Joshua, chapter 20. Joshua chapter 20 and verse 1. Yahweh also spoke to Joshua, saying, speaking to the children of Israel, saying, appoint out for you cities of refuge, whereof I spoke unto you by the hands of Moses, that the slayer that killeth any person unawares and unwittingly may flee thither, and they shall be your refuge from the avenger of blood. And when he that doeth flee into one of those cities shall stand at the entrance of the gate of the city, and shall declare his cause in the ear of the elder of that city, they shall take him into the city unto them, and give him a place that he may dwell among them. And if the avenger of blood pursue after him, then they shall not deliver the slayer up unto his hand, because he smote his neighbor unwittingly, and hated him not before time. And he shall dwell in that city until he stand before the congregation for judgment, and until the death of the high priest that shall be in those days. Then shall the slayer return and come into his own city and his own house, unto the city from whence he fled. So again, we see the principles don't change, right? We're seeing if there's innocent blood on your hand, there was places of refuge. And again, like I said before, just like the curses will follow you, the laws will follow you. So we were supposed to have cities of refuge and put away the wickedness from amongst us, right? And have the avenger of innocent blood had every right to slay those that slayed somebody, willingly. Somebody waited and plotted on shedding innocent blood. So let's do this. Let's go to Psalms. Let's go to Psalms. Let's go to Psalms chapter 9. Let's go to Psalms chapter 9. Salak. Chapter 9. And we're going to get verse 11 and 12. Sing praise to Yahweh, which dwelleth in Zion. Declare among the people his doing. When he maketh inquisitions for blood, he remembereth them. He forgetteth not the cry of the humble. See, again, this he's remembering, and he's remembering the innocent blood that was shed. Again, remember, forefathers which had the innocent blood shed, having their towns burned down, having their towns flooded, right? Being hung, for based off false accusations, so on and so forth. He remembered that. And our people crying out, you know what I'm saying, by bethinking himself, coming back to the customs, which are part of the redemption process, coming back to the not only the customs but coming back to the law of the Most High, and he's going to avenge the innocent blood that has been shed. So let's go back to Matthew. Go back to Matthew, and we're going to go to chapter 20, and we're going to start off at verse 28. And Yeshua said unto them, Verily I say unto you, that ye which will have followed me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit on the throne. Again, sitting on the throne. See, again, because remember Yeshua was the high priest then, right? The high priest was put to death. Now he's going to be over the judge. He's going to be over the council, right? He's going to be over the council, on the throne of his glory. Ye also shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. So again, these people should be sitting on the throne, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. But you see, they keep calling themselves Jews, but Jews would only represent one tribe, and that would be Judah. Where's the other 11 brothers? You know what I'm saying? Not to mention, I keep saying, but these people are shedding innocent blood. They should be a place for the stranger, right? There should be a place for the stranger and the sojourner. And these people they don't want nobody there but them. But again, we go into the scriptures. But again, none of these people want to touch upon that. They keep saying they're the people, but nobody go to the records to show where you're breaking your own laws. If you're the people, how you breaking your own laws? I should tell you something. But anyway, 29. And everyone that hath forsaken house, or brethren, or sister, or father, or mother, or wife, or children, or land, for thy name's sake, shall receive an hundredfold, and shall inherit everlasting life. But many that are first shall be last, and the last shall be first. With this, again, looking at the principles, right? This is, it just reminds me of Father Abraham. A lot of people talking about they're descendants of the father of the faith. Abraham was the father of the faith. I'm a seed of Abraham, the father of the faith. But they're not willing to come out of and forsake, their mothers or their fathers or children or whatever. And let me make this make sense, because the Most High called Abram out of the land of his forefathers. His forefathers, they were pagans, right? They were idol worshippers. But these people they're going to keep Christmas. They're going to keep Thanksgiving. They're going to keep Easter. They're going to keep all these things that is contrary to the Most High. Again, the book is, these people don't realize, again, there's a trial going on, and these people are going to be convicted by their own words. Their own words are going to get them caught up. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, hopefully this message, with the blessing of the Most High. If you received it, if it was nice message and it made sense to you, all praise the Most High. And if you didn't, again, keep on. If you didn't get the message, keep on praying if you're sincere, and maybe the Most High will He will allow your eyes to be open and your hearts to be open where you can really see this. So I'm gonna cut it there, and as usual, peace, love, shalom.